Good evening, I'm Chad Ramsarip with this edition of Frontline News. Making the headlines today, Friday, July 3, 2015, water crisis hits Berbice. Border dispute to be discussed at CARICOM meeting. FITAG concerned about increase in crime, and in sport, Pakistani spinners got the better of Sri Lanka. Now for the news in detail. A number of communities on the Quarantine Coast have been hit by water shortage. We have the details in this report. Residents of Quarantine Berbice are calling on the relevant authorities to look into their water situation. According to them, they have not been getting potable water for close to 1 week now. The situation, they say, is affecting them tremendously.
This water business, I don't really want to go on, but 5 days don't mean you get water this place. You know, and when I see news one day, he say this due to blackout, well, that make a water stop, but contact come on and off, you get blackout. And still pipe that water not run. You get 3 days now, I mean, you get water this place. You get toilet, you get things for use, you picnic, you go to school, you not get water. How you live like this? Blackout today.
This water here, so this a couple days now, this water not run, right? And now we come and walk with our skin. And we got to go trench go bathe, and the trench water, that dog and thing in the trench, you can't even get water for bathe and thing. And now what I've got now, I've got to drain pipe. If a pipe got to run a little bit, I've got pump, and sometimes not get water. This is 7 days now, about a couple of days now, you not get water. When I would call a guy with a taxi, say the rainfall and the breeze blowing, then get something with pump. And when I would call them, I read up, them I want them a bad up on the phone and so.
Yeah, I not get water for cooking and everything. And this water, you not get water, I be here, I suffer for water soon. Because the pipe cut off, you not get water. For 3 days, you not get water in here. Yeah, and people not give water. Because you not get. Okay. Where you go give? How much they watch? Water make this boy not beer, watch. What is my
water make me not beer.
Watch. Water
9 days now, me not beer. Pipe. 9 days body, me not beer.
As an alternative, the residents have been forced to use water from the trench seen here. However, it is polluted, and that poses a serious health hazard. They are now asking the question, how much longer will they have to suffer? After the break, border dispute to be discussed at CARICOM meeting, and FITAG concerned about increase in crimes.
When it comes to emotions, distance is nothing. That's why with MoneyGram you can transfer cash to over 196 countries across the globe within minutes.
Cummings Institute for Business and Science Studies is a private institution recognized by the Ministry of Education. It is also a registered center for national grade 2, 4, 6 and 9 assessment. This institution provides full-time professional teaching in the national curriculum for pre-K, nursery, primary and secondary. Full-time and part-time computer classes are available. Transportation services also available. Cummings Institute for Business and Science Studies. Our vision is to empower individuals intellectually, enabling them to develop their full potentials by enhancing competencies. Our locations are 1 to 4 Soesdijk and 24 to 25 Covent Garden, East Bank in Aurora. Telephone 261-5027 or 265-6681.
Welcome back. You are watching Frontline News. Ghana's border dispute with Venezuela will be up for discussion at the 36th CARICOM Heads of Government Conference. During the opening day, much emphasis was placed on youth development. Here are details. Outgoing CARICOM Chairman Bahamas Prime Minister Perry Christie urged his colleague leaders to pay more attention to educating and employing young people. He also made a call for more emphasis to be placed on teaching methodologies to meet the learning needs of the bottom 50% of students in the school system. Christie, while addressing the opening ceremony of the 36th meeting of Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM yesterday, added that the region's youths are looking to us to help secure their future and dispel their sense of hopelessness. We cannot surrender them to crime and criminality. It is our responsibility to ensure that they get a good education, become part of the formal economies of our countries, and become beneficiaries of the practice of social mobility, equity, and fairness, he said. The Bahamas Prime Minister warned that if the region failed its youths, it would do so at its own peril. Christie officially handed over the leadership to Barbados Prime Minister Frundell Stewart. In his opening address, Stewart said the goal of perfecting regional integration must remain paramount for the region. During the summit, which ends tomorrow, discussions will focus on energy in the context of a proposal for a new institution to lead the region's energy agenda, the CARICOM single market and economy, technological advancement in CARICOM, mechanisms for identifying CARICOM candidates for international positions, CARICOM relations with the Dominican Republic, and the border issues between Guyana and Venezuela, and Belize and Guatemala. The FIDOG stands ready to offer its assistance in crime prevention and crime fighting in Guyana. Ricardo Arjun tells us more.
Over the past weeks, recent reports indicate that Guyana is experiencing yet another spike in the crime situation. This development, and more particularly the violent dimensions and their frequency, have raised concerns in various sectors of our population. The Federation of Independent Trade Unions of Guyana wishes once again to call for greater attention and efforts from the relevant authorities to contain, reduce, and eventually stamp out this menace from our midst. The FITUG is aware that as a social phenomenon, crime has a global presence and everywhere is posing challenges to all societies. Acknowledgement of that fact should not lull us into the state of acceptance in our lives. Our law enforcement personnel is currently hard-pressed by today's criminal enterprise, and we should hold the view that much can be done within the existing parameters to make a greater positive impact on crime fighting. Systems which are effective and give assurance to communities, like the patrol systems, too often become irregular and lose its effects. The police-community relations are desirable and currently ongoing regular interaction which is held in various police divisions. The situation today again calls for an increase of intense police activities to be pursued within our legal framework. The FITUG noted that no society can promote national development to the fullest if the population feels insecure. Guyanese homes and businesses must be always safe. The FITUG stands ready to offer its assistance in crime prevention and crime fighting in Guyana. They have high expectations that the perpetrators of crimes will be brought to justice and that soon we will see the unmistakable indications that the situation has significantly improved. Reporting for Frontline News, Ricardo Arjun.
Climate change should be taken more seriously in the region. This was underscored during the ongoing CARICOM Heads of Government meeting. Without appropriate and effective action, the adverse effects of climate change could cost Caribbean countries up to 3/4 of the gross domestic product by the year 2100. That warning came yesterday from President of the Caribbean Development Bank, Dr. Warren Smith, during the Caribbean High-Level Symposium on Sustainable Development at the 36th Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM Community meeting. Climate change can have a devastating long-term impact on growth and development of the region. The projected cost of inaction is estimated to be at least 75% of GDP by the year 2100 in Dominica, Grenada, Haiti, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Turks and Caicos, with smaller but relatively high levels for a number of other countries, he said. He also pointed out that in addition to addressing climate change, ensuring economic sustainability for Caribbean countries requires improving economic resilience by several measures, especially by decreasing dependence on fossil fuel. A key component of our economic vulnerability is related to energy. Imported fossil fuel account for over 95% of our energy needs. In order to encourage robust and sustainable Caribbean growth, the CDB boss identified important steps that can be taken at the national level, namely managing investor risk and facilitate investment, sound public debt management strategies, increasing openness and integration into the global economy, investment in appropriate disaster risk management and climate adaptation measures, and diversifying fuel sources. Former Government Minister Robson Ben is disturbed by the move by the current administration in preventing Guyana from getting cheap electricity. Ricardo Arjun explains.
Guyana, the land of many waters, is rich in hydro resources and deserves to benefit from its own natural wealth. The construction of a new 165 megawatt hydroelectric facility creates an opportunity for Guyana to generate its own power from a cleaner natural source. In a recent press conference, former Minister of Public Works Robson Ben stated that the absence of cheap power is a fundamental issue when it comes to the development of Guyana's economy.
The absence of cheap power in Guyana is a fundamental issue of its economy in terms of developing our economy. And the question of the vision, perhaps repeated again, in respect of developing a hydropower project, renewable energy, gave us the opportunity to have cheap power in Guyana, and which would have allowed for the development of new industries in the country.
The former minister stated that time to time there are political impediments that tend to come in the way of the right vision for Guyana. He also noted that under the PPPC government they had the vision of a cheap power since Guyana has an abundance of hydropower resources and it needs to be utilized.
There may be political impediments perhaps which appear to be greater from time to time, but the lack of cheap power, particularly hydropower, we have an abundance of hydropower resources in respect of our waterfalls and rapids. And therefore, the PPP civil government's vision has been, in the first instance, to develop the 165 megawatts of power at Amaila, and in the meantime, start the work, and which was started with respect to the development of the Mazrudi Tortuga projects, which would have been in excess of 1,700 megawatts of power, and which would have allowed for export power to Brazil, in addition to additional power usage as Guyana's economy grew.
Former Minister Ben stated that the PPPC, along with himself, continues to be disturbed by the current status of the Amaila hydroelectric project since newly elected President David Granger ceased to continue with the project. The former minister also noted that since cheap power would benefit Guyana and its economy, all Guyanese should be disturbed by such a move made by the current administration.
I continue to be very disturbed, and I think all Guyanese should be perturbed at statements some attributed to the new President Granger, about whether or not the Amaila Falls hydropower project will go forward. So the disquiet, the dislocation that may be happening, and perhaps an attempt or a suggestion that the pathways in terms of developing this renewable resource in terms of our hydropower is disturbing.
Reporting for Frontline News, Ricardo Arjun.
Caribbean leaders are looking in the direction of having billions in external debts written off. Find out how in this report. The issue was raised by Executive Secretary of the UN Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, ECLAC, Alicia Barcina, at a high-level meeting that preceded yesterday's official opening of the 36th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM. She pointed out that 40% of the Caribbean's $46 billion debt is to multinational agencies, while 14% being bilateral. Of that amount, she said, $30 billion was accumulated between 1990 and 2004 as a result of natural disasters. She described the situation facing regional states as serious, explaining that 5 Caribbean countries are among the most indebted in the world. Barcina said the problems are compounded by the vulnerabilities of the Caribbean economies that are already facing a decline in foreign direct investment. Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Grenada, Jamaica, and St. Kitts and Nevis are the top 5 in the Caribbean. The ECLAC official said that the time is ripe for CARICOM states, along with the Caribbean Development Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank, to hammer out an agreement on a proposal for debt relief. The debt service payments should go into a resilience fund that can probably be managed by the Caribbean Development Bank and should be used for infrastructure adaptation and sea defense. Frontline Entertainment is after the break. Please stay tuned.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Palms rise to the universe as we moonshine and Malay. Feel the warmth, we'll never die. We're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see, a vision of ecstasy. I had to escape. The city was sticky and cruel. Maybe I should have called you first, but I was dying to get to you. I was dreaming while I drove the long straight road ahead. Yeah. The taste of sweet kisses, your arms open wide. This fever for you is just burning me up inside.
Empowerment by BM South. It's your turn to drive.
I can afford that. I can afford that too. At SK Autoline Auto Sales and Spares, we offer the best prices on everything, and I mean everything. Vehicles, half cuts, nose cuts, engines, transmissions, doors, bumpers, headlights, taillights, and everything in between. Spares and accessories for the most popular brands of vehicles. SK Autoline Auto Sales and Spares, 3940 Friendship Public Road. Telephone 266-0010 or 266-0070. SK Autoline Auto Sales and Spares. I can afford that.
Venus shoebox is so competitive, and its prices are not expensive. Its corporate staff is so nice. Buy any shoes and get it out of half price. Come check it out, you know we got it all. Located second floor on the City Mall.
Hey viewers, welcome to another edition of Frontline Entertainment Arena. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Ricardo, and beside me is the lovely Melissa. Now this week we are coming straight to you from the White Sand Beach behind the Marriott Hotel. As always, we're going to give you some of the hottest parties around the town. Now we've just got some info about the Hindu Dharmic Sabha. Melissa, what's that about?
So on Sunday the 5th of July, the Dharmic Sabha would be launching their promotion at the Ando Salon at Marriott Hotel. Their theatrical production will begin on the 29th of August. Apart from that, Sean, what parties we have going on?
Well, for the weekend, I'm not much of a weekend person, but for the Friday night persons, if you want to get your summer freak on, you can head down to Palm Court because they are having their taboo party there, and also 704, the regular party scene. You can get down there and get your freak on.
And then there's Fun in the Sun. At the Water World at Providence. You guys can go down there, and there'll be a Caribbean food festival, so all those food lovers like myself, you know, we can go grab some Caribbean festive food, as well as what else we got?
Well, it's just the regular party scene. You guys can head out this weekend, enjoy yourself, and be safe. As always, you need to be safe. Don't drink and drive.
It's gonna be a really hectic weekend, you know. We got CARICOM weekend going on. You guys find something interesting to do. All those people that are stressed, you know, try to find somewhere that you can relieve that stress. Get back to work fresh on Tuesday.
So guys, before we tell you about what is happening on the international scene when it comes to celebrities and gossip, I want to tell you that we've launched in Berbice. It's a big thing over there right now for the entertainment segment. For all you exotic freaks, what you need to do is head down to Tiamo or Sweet Lips and just enjoy yourselves, and that's on the west coast of Berbice. Now Melissa, what is happening in the gossip world?
Oh, well, there's lots of things, but the hottest one right now, Taylor Swift and Calvin Harris, her honey bun. They're gonna be barbecuing this weekend for the Independence, 4th of July. I want to know what you guys are doing this weekend as well. You know, hit us up as usual. Give us a text and let us know what's gonna be happening. What are you doing, Sean?
Well, it's been a long time since we've had a long weekend like this, so I'm just gonna relax this weekend. As always, like Melissa said, if you want to make our entertainment more spicy and add some spice to it, you can text the editor, you can text me, or you can text Melissa. for this week's Song of the Week. I am not going to say a word about it because Andrew and Melissa is not playing fair. My Song of the Week didn't play for 2 weeks. So Melissa, what you have for the viewers this week?
Okay, well this week we have Summer by Calvin Harris. I hope you guys enjoy this selection this week.
When I met you in the summer, to my heartbeat sound, we fell in love as the leaves turn brown. And we could be together, baby, as long as skies are blue. You act so innocent now, but you lied so soon. When I met you in the summer.
This weekend, make sure you go out and have some fun. Enjoy the sun. In Guyana, we have sun all day long. And it's really fun. Go out, come out here, play some basketball or something. Find something interesting to do with your time. And grab a drink or something. Friends, family, whatever. Enjoy it. Just make sure you enjoy this weekend. So have a great weekend, guys, and see you all again next week. So long.
Until next week, goodbye.
Still to come in Frontline Sport, Pakistani spinners got the better of Sri Lanka. Here at Wildcon Fresh Fish Depot, we have the widest variety of seafood and freshwater fish. Our products are prepared under the strictest hygienic conditions, which are of international standards. Pick up your seafood supplies in a clean and comfortable environment. Our friendly staff will assist you to make your shopping experience an unforgettable one. Visit us at the Meadowbank Wharf or give us a call on 628-1200, 619-6601 or 619-7777. Spacious parking available.
Wildcard Fresh Fish Depot, where the quality is very high and the price is low.
I can afford that. I can afford that too. At SK Autoline Auto Sales and Spares, we offer the best prices on everything, and I mean everything. Vehicles, half cuts, nose cuts, engines, transmissions, doors, bumpers, headlights, taillights, and everything in between. Spares and accessories for the most popular brands of vehicles. SK Autoline Auto Sales and Spares, 3940 Friendship Public Road. Telephone 266-0010 or 266-0070. SK Autoline Auto Sales and Spares. I can afford that.
Complete control of power is in your hands with the ultimate U.S. brand Generac generators from Sylvie's Variety Store. Get the supply and reliability you need every time. From 1,800 to 8,000 watts of power for residential and commercial use. Recoil and electric start with gasoline engines. Generac generators from the authorized dealers Sylvie's Variety Store.
Sri Lanka succumbed to leg spin yet again in the series, losing 6 wickets to the Variety and 4 of them to their tormentor Yasir to crumble from a strong 106 for 1. Dimnath Karunarante saw out the new ball on the unevenly grassy pitch in the morning and dug it to make his second Test century. Karunarante, playing his first Test in a year in place of the absence of Kumar Sangakkara, had batted positively, which comfortably placed Sri Lanka on 85 for 1 in the 26th over at lunch. That comfort fell apart after the break. Pakistan tightened up considerably as the seamer Imran Khan bowled accurate lines and Yasir varying his lengths and angles. Over in football, host nation Chile are seeking a first Copa America triumph and reached the final, having won their group before beating Uruguay and Peru in the quarter-final and semi-final respectively. Meanwhile, Argentina have not won the continental title since 1993, but 1 year after failing at the final hurdle in the World Cup, have a chance to end that long barren run. The game will feature the tournament's leading scorers such as Edward Vargas and Lionel Messi, who will look to continue the form that saw him set up 3 goals at the semi-final stage. And finally, in boxing, at 34, former welterweight titleist Luis Collazo considered himself blessed to be headed towards another shot at the world title. Collazo will challenge unbeaten Keith Thunderman for his 147-pound title on July 11th at the USF Sun Dome in Florida. Collazo was quoted as saying, "I've grown both ways. As time goes on, you get strong both mentally and physically. Sometimes you just hit rock bottom and you wonder why you keep hitting it when you have so much to work for and offer. There are some things you have to change, and that was what I exactly did. I needed a spiritual upliftment." Reporting for Frontline Sport, Ricardo Arjun.
And with that, we've come to the end of this edition of Frontline News. But before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. Water crisis hits Berbice. Border dispute to be discussed at CARICOM meeting. FITAG concerned about the increase in crime. And in sport, Pakistani spinners gone the better of Sri Lanka. You can visit our website at www.frontlinenewsgy.com for the latest on what is happening in and around Guyana. We can also be followed on the social media. On behalf of the entire Frontline News team, I am Chad Ramsrup thanking you for watching. Join us on Tuesday for our next edition of Frontline News. Until then, be good.
I can afford that. I can afford that too. At SK Autoline Auto Sales and Spares, we offer the best prices on everything, and I mean everything. Vehicles, half cuts, nose cuts, engines, transmissions, doors, bumpers, headlights, taillights, and everything in between. Spares and accessories for the most popular brands of vehicles. SK Autoline Auto Sales and Spares, 3940 Friendship Public Road. Telephone 266-0010 or 266-0070. SK Autoline Auto Sales and Spares. I can afford that.
Heat and dust pollution combined can cause health problems in the work environment. At Sylvie's Variety Store, we take safety serious, bringing you all types of extraction, exhaust, and blower fans. Our line includes fans for domestic, commercial, and industrial use, exhaust and blower fans from 10-inch to 28-inch, pedestal and wall-mounted commercial fans 20 to 30-inch. For the furniture shops and sawmills, we stock the industrial Delta brand dust collector. So always make your workspace safe with these quality products from Sylvie's Variety Store.
35 years of research has led to dramatic advances in the science of skincare. Shop at Home presents the Adrienne Arpel line, featuring actress and skincare expert Darla Hahn. The technological benefits of salon-style skincare and the European spa experience can be yours today. Effective ingredients from around the world will revitalize your skin and rejuvenate your spirit. Join Darla Hahn and the Adrienne Arpel line of skincare on Shop at Home.
I had to escape, the city was sticky and cool. Maybe I should have called you first.
5 p.m. South. It's your turn to drive.
Venus shoebox is so competitive, and its prices are not expensive. Its cooperative staff is so nice. Buy any shoes and get it out of half price. Come check it out, you know we got it all. Located 2nd floor on the CD Mall.
When it comes to emotions, distance is nothing. That's why with MoneyGram you can transfer cash to over 196 countries across the globe within minutes.
Camille's Institute for Business and Science Studies is a private institution recognized by the Ministry of Education. It is also a registered center for national grade 2, 4, 6 and 9 assessment. This institution provides full-time professional teaching in the national curriculum for pre-K, nursery, primary and secondary. Full-time and part-time computer classes are available. Transportation services also available. Camille's Institute for Business and Science Studies. Our vision is to empower individuals intellectually, enabling them to develop their full potentials by enhancing competencies. Our locations are 1 to 4 Soesdijk and 24 to 25 Covent Garden, East Bank, Aurora. Telephone 261-5027 or 265-6681.